Hi, my name is Sherry Dalton, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about a story named Julie of the Wolves. It's written by Jean Craighead George, and it's about an Eskimo girl. And in this book, she gets lost on the tundra. And this actually is the 40th anniversary of this book. It was first published in 1973, and it won a Newbery Medal. It was a Newbery Medal winner. And the Reader's Digest offered Miss Craighead a trip out to Alaska to study the wolves and their nature and their environment. And she and her son went out. They flew out there, and they stayed for many months. And they were supposed to write an article in the Geographic magazine about how the wolves interacted with humans and how they just maintained out in the nature. Well, when they came back, her son and her, unbeknownst to the, were told that the article wasn't going to be able to be written. So she stewed on this story she had in her mind about this Eskimo girl and the wolves. And she thought, and she had this idea, and she just kept on thinking about it. And even though they weren't going to write this article, she decided, I'm going to write a book. So she decided to write this book. And I'm going to read a little bit about the book, an insert. And Myax, this is her Eskimo name, and Julie is her American name. Myax was a classic Eskimo beauty, small of bone and delicately wired, with strong muscles. Her face was pearl round, and her nose was flat. Her black eyes, which slanted gracefully, were moist and sparkling, like the beautiful formed polar bears and the foxes of the north. She was slightly short-limbed. The frigid environment of the Arctic had sculptured life into compact shapes. Unlike the long-limbed, long-bodied animals of the north or the south that are cooled by dispensing heat on the extended surfaces, all live things in the Arctic tend toward compactness to conserve heat. The length of the limbs and the beauty of her face were no use to Myax, as she lay on the lichened, speckled frost heave in the midst of the black tundra. Her stomach ached, and the royal black wolf was carefully ignoring her. "Armak, wolf, my friend," she finally called. "Look at me, look at me." She spoke in half English and half Eskimo, as if the instincts of her father and the science of the Guzaks. The white face might evoke some magical combination that would help her get her message through to the wolf. Armak glanced at his paw and slowly turned his head her way without lifting his eyes. He licked his shoulder. A few matted hairs sprang apart and twinkled individually. Then his eyes sped to each of the 3 adult wolves that made up the pack, and finally to the 5 pups who were sleeping in a fuzzy little mass near the den entrance. The great wolf's eyes softened at the sight of the little wolves, then quickly hardened into little yellow jewels as he scanned the flat tundra. This story gets a little bit weirder because she had been left to live with her aunt after her mother died at age 4, and then her dad had went off into the sea to hunt for seals, and he never returned. Well, this hunter comes upon her out in the tundra, and he tells her that he has heard her dad is still alive, and he's living in a nearby village, and that she should go there and talk to her dad. Now, I'm going to leave it up to you if you want to read the book, so you can find out if she decides when she goes to visit her dad, if she wants to stay with her dad, or she wants to go back to the Eskimo cultures that she has adapted to the last times she's been spent with the wolves. And yeah, you're just going to have to read the book to find out what she does. And it's a good book. It's a good read. I think you'll enjoy it. And thank you. Bye-bye.